Okay, everyone's rolling.
63.
Perfect.
Okay, I can go down that path. I just didn't know if we wanted to or not. Like, how dirty do we want to get? Okay. You know, I started drinking at 12 years old. Two of my buddies and myself, we went upstairs, we had a shot of whiskey, we came back downstairs and we said, hey, that was so great, let's have another one. And I've decided for the rest of my life, my place in this world was gonna be the guy who got drunk a lot.
When I was about 40, I went from being, you know, mom to an addict. And my son went through my addiction with me, through depression, through suicide attempts, through days and nights, laying with me wondering if I was gonna wake up the next day. No child should ever have to go through anything like that, ever.
I, for a really long time, was in a lot of denial about being an alcoholic because on the surface, things looked really good. When I hit my bottom, I could not stop drinking. And I just got to a place where I didn't think that I could live without alcohol. And I thought that my life was completely over and that I was gonna drink myself to death.
I was actually in Afghanistan with the Army. A lot of things that you see overseas, you'll never be able to unsee. I mean, you see certain things where when you close your eyes, it's still there. And, you know, just the reintegration process of coming home, I developed somewhat of a drinking issue myself. There were months went by where I wasn't sober.
Alcohol, which was one of my main poisons, it's a huge problem because it's socially acceptable. But before you know it, it's that sneaky, you're addicted. You know, you don't know the rhyme or reason to why you're doing it, and you can't stop.
I drank and used for over 20 years. I mean, I knew I was an alcoholic since I was 16. I just didn't care. At the end, I was getting high a few times a day, drinking every day, blackout drinking all the time. Nothing was enough.
Ended up getting kicked out of my house, got fired from my job, and I was homeless. I drank almost every single day. I was completely emaciated. I had no strength. My hands didn't work anymore. I'd had 2 withdrawal seizures. I had scars, I had stitches. I couldn't move, I was shaky. And so I would try and stay sober. I'd try and make it work, but then these awful, crippling withdrawals would kick in. And if I drank, it would go away. That was my life, that was my reality.
It's so emotional for me that it's hard for me to talk about sometimes. There was so much anger and fear, and I have never felt so lonely and so isolated and so desperate like I did walking through addiction and alcoholism.
I was so sad and I was so lonely and I was so scared. All I wanted was to feel better and to not be drunk.
When I started drinking, I really lost a part of who I was.
I was never able to be the person that I wanted to be because of the things that I was doing.
Life was a constant battle with anxiety, with depression. I spent as much time as I could isolating at the same time. At the end, of just drinking at home, not around people. I didn't want to be around people.
The last day I was drinking, I'm sitting on the couch, and in my opinion, the only 2 things that were left for me was kill myself or drink, and I had it ready. You know, one in either hand. What was it gonna be? And it was like a lightning bolt. And I knew that I needed to get sober. I haven't had a drink since that day, and that was almost 6.5 years ago now. My name's Rourke. I'm the Denver chapter manager here at Phoenix Multisport.
My name is Brittany Alosi, and I've been involved with Phoenix for about 4 years now.
My name is Logan Foster. I'm one of the coaches here as a volunteer.
My name is Lori Foster. I'm 53 years old, and Logan is my son.
My name's Sean Cahill. I've been a member of Phoenix Multisport for just over 5 years. Now I'm a senior instructor.
My name's Rudy Martinez. I'm 25 years old. I've been a part of Phoenix for about 1 year and 6 months, and I've been sober for about 1 year and 6 months.
What is Phoenix Multisport?
Oh boy.
What isn't Phoenix? Phoenix is a sober, active community.
We offer numerous events a week through Colorado Springs, Boulder, and Denver.
Rock climbing, mountaineering, skiing, and snowboarding. We also do boxing, strength training, yoga, CrossFit.
And that's what we do, is help people through activity.
Anyone that's in recovery from substance abuse can come and participate.
All that we ask is that you have 48 hours of uninterrupted sobriety.
It's one of the few times like I'm so excited to actually be sober so that I can participate here.
It's community, it's family, it's friends, it's recovery. You walk in here and you know you belong.
It's a great place for veterans to step into, knowing that they don't have to wear their armor. They can come in and, you know, talk about their problems, and we could show people the way that we made it through.
It really kind of changed my outlook on sobriety. The fact that I could be happy, the fact that I could be successful. You know, the first time I got on a climbing wall and topped out on the wall and came back down was this big, amazing, eye-opening experience.
When you're climbing, there's only room for climbing. There's not room for anything else. It's hard to describe that feeling, that overwhelm of getting to the top and that sense of accomplishment that it brings.
It's night and day, the difference in my life. I've learned to cycle, I've learned to do yoga, I've learned to do CrossFit, I run, I climb 14ers. It just like opens up this world of possibilities, and you know, it's like, well, what else can I do?
This place, more than anything, has really helped me, not only in my recovery, but to become what I want to become as far as an athlete and a trainer or coach.
For my 53rd birthday, I am doing a CrossFit competition with my son. Before Phoenix, we would have never shared that common bond or that experience. Phoenix has given us trust, it has given us faith, it has given us strength, and it has given us hope as a family.
There's always going to be people who need help, and those people are the people walking through that front door. And so the biggest thing for me is being able to help those people, show those people a new way of life, give somebody a high five. That could be the one thing that kept them from relapsing tomorrow.
You know, they came in, shut down, quiet, shoulders hunched, head down, and they leave built. And they're excited, and they're laughing and joking around with people, and they're opening up who they are to others. That's what Phoenix is to me.